I am going straight to hell. But now that my destination has been determined, welcome everybody to Breaking the Multiverse, where this is a totally serious show like everything else on the internet that has ever existed. Fizz is nodding. That means it's true. So therefore, we all know nobody would ever LARP on the internet. Fizz, you may know a thing or two about this.
I know I should be wary. Still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly haunting, I turn loose.
It's showtime!
Alrighty then. So now that we've interrupted Fizz for the hundreds of something. Oh my god, it's been hundreds of times now! Wow.
Nice.
I know, and she still has.
Nope, that I learned not to actually start saying anything. It only took like 50 of those episodes.
It's the combination where it's like, all right, how close am I to the actual thing? How close am I to hitting the wrong
broken.
thing?
You broke me.
That occasionally happens. Because we know that.
You finally flipped.
It's happened a while ago.
That's okay. Last night on the first return F-It show, Piper had to play the outro twice in the stream.
I actually enjoyed that outro. I remember it's like you hit the thing, it's like, wait a second, you need to hit the end stream thing twice.
Yeah, well, what it was is I thought, like StreamYards, I don't know why I thought this. It's not like StreamYards at all. I thought I could hit the outro and it would end the stream, forgetting that no, I hit in the stream and it'll play the outro and end it. So I don't have to sit there and time it.
My technical use of StreamYards is literally still a year and a half behind everyone else because I know like you can just hit outro and it'll end the stream and stuff, but
and also all those times that I said I meant Piper.
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
Listen, nobody would pretend on the internet. It's just
Exactly.
It's like it's not like I'm pretending to be a science explainer or something. I mean, just because I'm not a quantum mechanic and like I'm not a cosmologist and I'm not a scientist and I may or may not have been on the 5-year college plan. These are technicalities. I'm on the internet. I talk about science stuff and things, and therefore, obviously, I must know what I'm talking about. I'm not just huffing a bunch of hot air up there, which is physically what I'm doing. But that's aside from the point.
I got stuck on my mental image of when you said I'm not a quantum mechanic, of like memes underneath the chassis of something going, here's what your problem is right here.
Wait, what's going on with Schrodinger's cat here? It's like,
yeah.
You're not a quantum vet, get away from me. Also, to anyone that may be new here, Fizz is not a cat.
Yeah.
Just pointing that out.
Yeah.
Yes. She doesn't like that. She is a celestial wolf girl because I like monster girls. But
yeah.
I digress. So the inspiration from this was actually from a comment to a comment that I left on a Sciencey video. From I should probably put Kurt's link in the thingy, but that's okay. He's a handsome enough gentleman. But
I love this. I got a tinfoil hat that my ears obviously poke through because that's how hats work. That's how my hats always work. And I'm drooling again, but I'm all ready for the Ren Fair. It looks like.
Oh yeah. Oh, and you've got a D20 necklace.
I actually own some of those.
That's highly accurate.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, technically, I guess Piper owns some of those. She owns some D20 jewelry.
The same size, except for occasionally.
Right, but I borrow it a lot. So yeah.
I mean, that's why being a roommate makes sense there and stuff.
Yep.
And,
we can wear the same stuff.
Obviously, we have I'm not gonna lie. I tried just doing it from the previous chat that I was in there, and I'm like, kind of forget the Amy thing, but it still kind of gave you a hedgehog thing initially. So I just re-uploaded the same prompt and just swapped it to in a tinfoil hat with a D&D vibe.
I like the capes. Got the little stars and stuff on it.
Yeah, no. The tail is there. That's actually that. Yeah, that is tail differentiation. The cape. Actually, yeah.
The cape does have stars too. Okay, nice.
It looks almost like tattered. It could be like a cut in that way. Oh,
yeah, I think well, some of them I think are stars, and some of them I think are rips. Because I'm a very clumsy adventurer. That seems a track, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that seems appropriate. I mean, I resemble that too. I've occasionally taken some stumbles. So I've actually played a game with a character named Stumbles, but it was a good campaign. So yep, you got your scepter, you got your spell book / wait a second. Oh my god, it's got some runes there and everything. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a spicy adult novel, like occasionally.
Oh no, that's hidden in there. I got better at hiding them in there.
That's true. Yeah, it wasn't quite as discreet about a year or two ago. I would learn the maths.
Right? Books upside down and stuff. Man, I'm kind of bad at it. But it looks like I went to sorcerer class here. Which is cool because usually I end up being a ranger.
I was gonna say rangers. Oh yeah, no, that could be the. I feel like
with the archery and the talking to animals and stuff. Yeah, just all up in there.
Well, this could be a bit druidic.
Yeah,
the druids don't really have the spell books, I don't think.
Yeah, we don't really carry it. They don't really carry all the extra stuff around very much.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you really wouldn't need all the extras. Yeah, that's looking kind of sorcerer, but sorcerers are supposed to have kind of like dragon blood, so they're supposed to have the innate, all those different stuff and things. We won't get into. Oh my god, what's?
Well, I definitely, you can tell from the ears, I definitely cross class in there, for sure.
Oh yeah, who didn't?
Yeah.
But speaking of anthropomorphized characters and stuff. Well, welcome when the nerdy is agreeing. Down with cats. I have no idea why Nerdy Rodent may feel that way.
I have a few ideas.
Nerdy. I see what you're doing there. Yes, the 1d7 by the 1d13. Try attempting to make those, because your core D&D dice, as we know, are the platonic solids. You got your D4, your tetrahedra. You got your D6, your cube. You got your D8, your octahedra. You got your okay, fine. Though we added a D10. We added a D10 for like a sword or bastard sword or whatever it is. There, don't at me, bro. Okay, it's kind of like that. I remember Dragon Dice had the monster dice. It was supposed to be 10-sided, and I never actually had anybody to play with. So sad days. I just collected the dice and read the booklets. And then you have your D12, which is your dodecahedra. And then you got your D20. That Fizz has got right there. And that's an icosahedron. Now, I don't know if this is drawn incorrectly, because those should all be triangles.
Yeah, it very much is all over the place. But at first glance, you get to D20 vibes.
Right, I understand what it's saying. It's just not geometrically correct.
And honestly, I have seen some weird dice in my time. The main way they figure out how to make them awkward dice is they just make some of the parts not count. So they make weird shapes, and then they're like, only these sides count. Because these are the only sides that can really technically land on and face up a number, because we made the weird shape.
So this is an interesting thing, because normally in D&D, if you're going to do a 1d2, that you just flip a coin. That's all it is. Or maybe you have like thorns or something, so you're automatically inflicting like X1 or X2 damage or something like that. Where's the last time you saw a D3?
They got some weird stuff in them card shops, man.
It's no. But there was literally was it like a math and one of like the major math channels on YouTube like did a thing about that or something, and it's like looking at it, it's like, wait a second, this is like a D&D thing. It's like well, there's certain like reasons because our reality, we seem to be like 3-ish dimensions. Stuff is mostly flat, but stairs are a thing. So that seems to happen. But this came from one of those. If some of us have maybe heard the quote that Einstein said this was a quote unquote criticism of quantum mechanics, to my knowledge. And it was that good old Professor Einstein said, God does not play dice. Now that was said at one point. And then at a Christie's auction, so you know it must be true because people are spending a ton of money on it. There was a personal letter that Einstein sent that, is this his actual opinion? That is up for debate. But in this letter, he also wrote that, in other words, God tirelessly plays dice under laws which he has himself prescribed, which is also a quote from Albert Einstein, which led to somebody making the comment yesterday. So the universe is D&D, LOL. Fizz is commenting basically. That seems like a possible thing coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, and we're all basically randomly generated characters too. So
depends on what your definition of random is.
Well, there's still a method to it, but in D&D in your character sheet, there's also still a method to randomly generating characters as well.
I'm not gonna lie, I was always preferential to a point buy system. I'll go this way. I'll take my 18 over here. Maybe.
I much rather.
I'll take an 8. I'll take an 8. But if you're gonna take that minimum thing, you should also role play that. Like if it's like, all right, I might have wisdom. Some things might go over my head. Just play your character accurately. That's my big thing. The best.
Me and Piper are all about that. We didn't really like the idea of the randomly doing it, but there's fun in itself for that, because if you go and you have your character idea and then you're trying really hard to roll the right stats so that your character idea makes sense, and then you're like, okay, I'm not sure how to work with this. All right, and you got to tweak your character story, but going in blind, like, all right, so these are my stats. I'm gonna make a really, really, really smart barbarian. Like,
I mean, you could do that. I mean, that's. I mean,
well, I know, but I understand it adds a level of the fun of you don't know what you're gonna have to play, and you're like, all right, so this is what I'm gonna have to pull off, and this is how I'm gonna do it.
I'm not gonna lie, I like playing a half ogre named Banner in a pirate campaign at one point, and it's like, well, what does Banner the Barbarian do? Rages and smashes, because Banner smash.
Yeah.
He ended up getting blown up in a raid.
Yeah, I don't think Piper ever got to play a character above 4 feet tall, like, because everybody was just like, no, you get to be this thing.
Wait, were you a gnome? Was she a gnome or a dwarf or?
Halfling, a lot. Halfling was a lot.
That's fitting.
Her favorite one being a halfling ranger that could drink dwarves under the table because her D20 liked her, and that got a deal with the dwarves, so she started hanging out as an honorary dwarf.
That makes so much sense. I had some very interesting relationships with some halfling, or actually there was an interesting thing with a kender, because for those of you not aware of Dungeons and Dragons, kenders are basically kind of like the Marys and the Pippins of the world. They're kind of like the very playful, I'm totally going to joke on you, and of course we're going to be cooking bacon and potatoes while Nazgul are following us, because you obviously need second breakfast.
Freaking yeah. And I said rogue for some reason. I meant ranger, so she got to ride on her bet wolf. And then her and the half orc barbarian would do the fastball special because of bonuses to thrown weapons. And they let her count her bonus towards being a thrown weapon.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you work the stuff. all else fails in Dungeons and Dragons, if you got the Dungeon Master is essentially playing like the quote unquote gods of the realm. So if you want to make an interesting story, you can be like, all right, we're just going to do this as long as it kind of works out. But Nerdy, I feel like I faced that gnome. I feel like I took gloves of ogre strength from him.
Oh goodness.
At one point for a brawler, and well, it wasn't Dungeons and Dragons, it was Pathfinder, whatever. It's basically Dungeons and Dragons 3.5, except like more simplified.
Ooh.
So rogues can definitely be over. There were some characters and some things where it's like you definitely had to nerf. It's like, all right, I'm gonna self nerf just because I'm gonna break this. And actually, the last game that I played of Pathfinder, we'd just gotten like a like a monk's robe, this, that, and then all of a sudden it scaled my brawler to the point where it's like, okay, as long as I can keep hitting things, I'm going to start doing roguelike damage to it. Because it was kind of like, it was almost like a boxer. So it's like every time you hit the same thing, if I have to hit multiple targets, it's like, all right, just standard, just fist-based damage, nothing special. That's like, all right, first hit, an extra d6. Second hit, all right, 2d6. And then it like jumps up by like another 2d6, and then it's like, boom, but it's like you're just punching the boss in the face multiple times while able to wear a breastplate or chainmail, and yeah, we never.
I was gonna say, I think in most of the D&D and D&D like campaigns, the rogue players always the rogue or rogue style character players had this knack for like taking over the freaking game. Like, oh no, we gotta fight this dude. No, I got it. Oh, okay. Well, I got it. All right. Well,
it's like, hold on. It's like, all right. Stealth check, move silently. If they fail perception, you're almost going to be crippled by the time things are really starting.
Yeah, they would have managed to make rogues like that. They would design them to where like they were just really good at a lot of like crap to where the rest of us are like, hey, we would like to hit something or shoot at something or open something too as well.
I mean, it all kind of depends on your rule sets. I mean, the trade-off is supposed to be like a rogue. It's your hit die is like a d6. So as long as you don't get hit, you can wreck things. Once you get hit once, you might be able to survive. But that's why you get all those things like uncanny dodge and all these things, like whatever, roll with the damage. So you're going to at least take half damage. And as long as you have a decent enough reflex, you're probably going to be able to avoid all damage.
Yep.
Now, statistically, that's really good. But there's one thing about statistics. They're statistics. So you do it long enough, you might roll a 1. These things happen.
Yeah, but then our DM would always give them like magical armor that they found and this and that, and it was like I don't know what the point of the rest of us playing here
I'm going to ask a very conceited question. Was the DM dating said rogue?
I don't think that was the situation every time. Okay. Played with a few different groups.
Okay. I just think
it was a rogue. There was always a player. That would just, I got it, do everything. While everybody else is like, so, how was your week? Like,
okay, so one of the first Dungeons and Dragons games I played, it was like, I got super overpowered way too quick. Like I just had a preset character. I'm like, all right. I apparently was playing that character without reading the Lord of the Rings or Lord of the Rings actually hadn't even been out yet. Apparently I was playing that character near exactly like Gimli the dwarf. even my interaction with one of the other elf players was we're not really big fans of each other, but during the course of battle, we grew to be great friends. Then I go out to see like the Lord of the Rings movies with my group, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm watching my character on screen. Huh. So the broken part.
Nice.
At one point it's like, okay, you go into a place. Here's this thing. We're gonna call it the Black Iris. It was only like 2,500 gold. It's like, what is this? This is an artifact that once a day it will quadruple your strength for an hour. I'm like, what? Now, here's the thing. Your base D&D, once you get past 10, every 2, you get an extra point. If you're going to multiply a character that has like 17 or 18 strength, your modifier goes up by a lot more than just multiplying the modifier. I'm not sure if my DM realized that initially. So it's like, all right, you're going up to the strength of like an ancient worm or greater. So like your pluses on damage where it's like, and once you get to multiple attacks, it's like, okay, this is broken. I'm just going to take one attack if I'm using this thing, just because I'm like, I'm swinging so god dang hard. And I don't think I also gave myself all the plus to hit, just because that would just be too broken. Because if you're gonna unbalance something, you got to balance it out somewhat. And the trade off is after that, I also nerfed my dwarf's movement speed by 25% because I'm like literally heavily armored, just axe strike, freaking. It's okay in the final battle after your main Minotaur tank goes down and you're almost dead. It's like, all right, now we bust this out. That's an appropriate time. It's spamming it is a little. So I digress. It's yes, rogues with their 1d4 pointing sticks doing 999 d6 sneak attack damage. Give or take a magnitude or so. The point is there, but okay. I realize we just got into a D&D thing for 20 minutes. God, I miss playing.
Right? It's still a fun conversation, and it is still part of the multiverse. Because sometimes it's LARPing. Although I am the only LARPing Piper did was Vampire the Masquerade series with the Werewolf by Night, and there was another one that she didn't play very much because nobody was. But those two were the LARPing ones. Except when people were beating each other up with foam weapons. She didn't even bother LARPing. She just started beating people.
That sounds like my cousin. He's got a big thing. He's gathered together an entire, like it started as he was playing one of those pirate games for a while, and he was kind of like, he ended up becoming like either the captain or whatever, the leader, just because like he would say reasonable things when people would have arguments. So like, all right, we're gonna promote the rooster in charge because he was Rooster Johnny. And then he ended up, he's got a big cool mohawk. I had a small mohawk at one point with him one summer many years ago. But basically now they've literally he's got groups of like, I don't know, like dozens of folks out there. They've got shields. They got folks. Actually, he had like an 8-foot foam hammer or something. Like take like Amy Rose from Sonic, that type of hammer, just throw it out. I'm like, I'm seeing photos. I'm like, dude, I need to go down and visit you. That looks so
looks fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Piper's first foam fight story was pretty funny. She was at a convention and she got lost. She was wandering around by herself. She was in some outfits that she had modeled in for something. And then went out with the other girls and then came back and got lost. Because she was drinking, and that place is huge. But she ended up like turning a corner and finding this full-on foam battle going on indoors, and was like, "Oops, that looks really cool though." And went to turn around, and they were like, "It is really cool. Come here, you can fight too." And so she was bad at it. Her first idea was to get the biggest weapon she could possibly hold, and that didn't work out for her. So then she grabbed the biggest shield she could possibly hold and crouched behind it, and pretty much disappeared behind the shield. And that worked out for a little while, except, she still couldn't move very much when they were getting and encircling her. So she still lost then too. But she could only do so much in what she was wearing. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And it's a fun convention story to talk about. Yeah, because it was funny.
I am aware of some of the past adventures of Piper, so to speak. I'm gluing together what was likely behind that, and I would say with the absolute full context, I'm like, okay, that must have been very interesting. But yes, Nardy. Nope, nobody would ever LARP on the internet. So what are we talking about LARPing? Okay. So LARPing, for those that might not know, is the term live action role play. So, i.e., if you're at kind of like a Ren Fair or something, and they're kind of doing those reenactments of certain battles and everything, they're kind of like they're playing characters. They're doing stuff. They're doing things. To be fair, I'm actually not sure some of that jousting might actually be real. I don't know. What are you? Your pipes have been to a Ren Fair, right? Have they had any jousting? Is that like
Yes.
actually real, or is that? I'm not sure how you could script that.
You can actually do it as a sport, but they can also put it on as a show. So it depends on if it's, I guess, real jousting would probably be more like modern jousting, and then show jousting would look like, jousting as we know it, and but be like very dangerous, and so there's usually safeties in place so that it's not as dangerous. But sometimes real jousters will do some old school jousting and not care.
That's what we got waivers and stuff for.
Yep.
That's the thing. It's like that. That's why I started that statement. I'm like, okay, but now let's apply it to the internet. Okay, so again, I am obviously totally an anthropomorphic dragon on the internet because scaly, I could just use this. That's totally a thing. I got the background and everything. Okay, now I seem to really just be a meat bag and everything like that. That's fine. I also, hey, yeah, I don't resemble that. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like I also pretend to be a science communicator. Okay, I say words and stuff very often. Guess what? Like most things, they're wrong. Now, I at least attempt to correct that because, what was it? Yesterday I was doing a thing and I posted a link on Blue Sky. I was trying to get ready to go live, and I saw Professor Baez. He's like literally known as the original blogger on the internet. He's run a physics blog for, I don't know, like 40 years or something like that. And one of his comments was like, yes, apparently I'm the first blogger. And I never really fully updated to vlogs, so I just keep blogging. And it's still literally like the old, like kind of like a GeoCities style.
Oh, it's the old school. It still looks like
it was funny, but long story short, he's on the platform Blue Sky, and I see it. I'm like, I've watched a bunch of his videos and lectures and stuff like that. He's a mathematician, mathematical physicist and stuff. I got a lot of respect for him. He posted a link to something on Wikipedia saying, oh, I should go into this for. I just scrolled forward and I was in the mode where I'm like, like, oh my God, this is like seeing Stephen Wolfram and like there's like less than 20 people in the chat. I'm like, there's an opportunity to ask questions. Now, I was looking for a question to ask, and I did something so arbitrarily. I just inserted random things and then tried to formulate a question. Even when posting, I'm like, that doesn't seem right. During the show, I mentioned that, and then I realized, oh my God, I made a fatal error. I asked them a question that made absolutely no sense. That literally, I'm like, it wasn't even close to right. It was off by like 42 or 50, actually maybe like almost 80 orders of magnitude.
Oh, wow. 80.
So like, I wasn't just wrong. I was like spectacularly wrong. It was one of those things where it's like, it's the meme of, I literally became more dumb by reading the words that you typed. Like, the words that came out of your mouth just literally made me more dumb. I eventually go back to Blue Sky. He's like, I don't understand your question. It seems like you're comparing apples to oranges. And I explained, I'm like, I'm sorry. I wasted your time. I realized I did this. I totally messed up. My apologies. And he was like, all right. But it was just one of those things where it's like, I realized at that exact moment, I'm like, I done effed up.
I done messed up. It was at this moment he knew he messed up.
Mm-hmm. About the truth. But now, Fizz, as a Celestial Wolf Girl VTuber, you may or may not have occasionally run into somebody LARPing on the internet.
Oh yeah, especially on social media. You wouldn't believe. Actually, you might. The amount of people that LARP as things. including they LARP as normal people, and not people LARP as smart people. People LARPing is like, it's not like going on there and going, I'm a dragon, because that's freaking cool. No, they'll go on there and be like, I'm actually descended from this, and they're not. Or I'm actually this gender, and they're not. Like, they LARP the randomest mundane stuff. It's lame.
So okay,
build better characters, guys. Don't just pick human. Also, like, seriously.
Now, to be fair, personally, my opinion is I know folks that happen to be trans and stuff, and that is a particular thing. But going back to LARPing,
oh no, I'm more talking about catfishing. I'm talking about like it's only for the internet. It's not for.
Story. That's what I figured. But
I should clarify. I'm talking about when it's only for the internet, not for real. Like, they're not living it; they're just pretending.
Speaking of role-playing games, I remember back when I was one of those WoW people. Yes, I know. I spent a good deal of time in one of the guilds I was in at one point. We had a druid, actually. And she, for some reason, with modern day, just didn't have a mic. Apparently just didn't have a mic or anything. And it's like, okay, we played stuff, and she was chill. And allegedly, one of my friends may or may not have been in skipped by a Ventrilo channel that they had access to, and heard some hot and heavy breathing from one of the higher ups in the guild with said individual at one point. Long story short is, some people may or may not have been dating on the internet. Fast forward maybe another year, and maybe quitting WoW and coming back at some point or another. Turns out that druid had a very very deep, burly voice, perhaps more so than myself as well. And apparently was not a lady at all, but just happened to be LARPing as a female night elf druid. I may have doxed you. I apologize. It's not like there's been any female night elf druids.
I was about to say, right? But were they just using a female tune, or were they going completely along with trying to convince everybody they were?
According to IR, at least they presented themselves as just she, her, and everything like that. And apparently that just was not the case at all. And I don't even know if, I don't think they were trans. I just think they were just pretend. I mean, maybe they just, I see. Well, see, these are the things. It's like, why would somebody do this? It's like somebody just pretend this.
There's benefits.
Like, yeah, well, maybe okay. Yeah, well,
there's benefits.
Well, it's not like I use the term quote unquote higher up in the guild or something like that. Nobody would ever do it. And again, I don't know. I was still cool with them. Never did anything to me. I got no problems or anything. But it was just that was one of the things that I went back, and it's just, I don't know. Maybe that was one of the reasons why, like, it crystallized in my head. I'm like, girls don't play video games. I don't even care if it looks like it. It's obvious I got to be a dude, and that was an old meme, and apparently that meme is false. I guess I was.
But thanks to that meme, there's benefits to pretending, because there's definitely benefits to your game experience.
No. Well, I mean, it's not like there's been quote unquote recent drama where a whole bunch of very patriotic American influencers apparently weren't in the United States.
Oh, nice. That that kind of LARPing's been
where's the
very
interesting.
Of this
count? Well, it's not in the United States.
Yeah, that exposed a lot of LARPing. That was pretty awesome.
But I mean, why would somebody do that? I mean, it's not like they're just doing
I think in some cases they're getting paid. In other cases, it's attention.
But attention is monetizable.
Yeah, so technically they would get paid too.
Yeah. It's the differentiation between you're getting paid by the clicks and everything versus here's some money, say some things on the internet.
I was going to say, being on a payroll, pretending to be multiple accounts and stuff versus just attention hunting rage baiting, doing whatever it takes to get income from actual interaction. Yeah.
It's not like we have any friends like that.
It's too many people have caught on to the bots. So they need to pay like paying humans to just pretend on the internet. Probably on multiple accounts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like people have 50 to 150 sock accounts, and they may just occasionally go around and like, all right, well let's just inauthentically sub to the same person, so then we can flag their account for inauthentic behavior and stuff. I've seen that happen,
Man.
and then it's not like somebody might not say who it is because it might complicate things.
Oh.
It's not like people would cover it for other. And here's the thing: you just look at the internet dynamics, and this is probably why, like, you, me, Piper, Tony, some other folks might get along. Is just occasionally you'll have something will happen, and it's like, all right, well, haven't people made a big deal about this when it happened over there? Oh, but these are people that we kind of know, and that might.
Oh, I hate that. It's okay when we do it, and why are you upset? You're on our side, and I'm no. I'm
Fizz, it's fine as long as the same person hasn't used the quote "rules for thee, but not for me."
That's right.
If
then they
you've
don't.
done that, then
that
that
rule
sounds like
does
it'd
not
be
apply.
problematic.
Yeah. But at the same time, rules for me are rules for me. So I don't wanna break them.
Welcome, K-Shell. We're just talking about how everything is totally fair. Everyone is aware of that and not completely pissed because it seems like we've gone into some weird clownish game show. I don't know. I'm just saying. I thought Idiocracy was a warning, not a blueprint. But
yeah, I thought there's a bunch of Orson Welles books that I also thought were fiction. And now I'm starting to think. I think he was trying to tell us something, guys.
I apologize because that's around the time I was born, so obviously I ruined everything. It's pipes maybe around the same time frame, so
Yep.
Obviously it's all our fault.
Well, now we're considered the generation that nobody, a micro generation that nobody knows where to classify. Did you know that? We were millennials, and then we were Gen X, and then we were Zennials with an X. And now we're considered a micro generation that is unclassifiable because we don't fit in with any of the any of them. We don't 100% fit in. I'm like, dude, I hang out with Gen X. I can hang out with Gen X more than I can hang out with millennials. That's most millennials, at least younger millennials.
I'm kind of the same. Like, wait a second. It's like, what are we supposed to be? I've heard the term. I'm like, and I think we, at least Pipes and I might be a little bit outside this, but I've heard the term elder millennial.
Huh.
An elder millennial. I think I'm a bit too elder to be an elder millennial.
Well, the generation Zennial. Yep, Zennial is what the last thing I saw them call us was Zennials, a small generation between Gen X and millennials. We're around for the transition from Gen X world to millennial world via technology, and it's supposed to go to 1985. It's like 1970 something to 1985. So Piper's in there. I'm ancient, so I don't care. But
yeah. You're an ancient boomer.
Yeah, I am an ancient being. In celestial years, at least. Actually, in celestial years, I'm kind of young. I'm considered kind of young. So in human years, though, I would be considered dead.
Statistically
deceased.
Speaking.
Yeah.
the benefits of a celestial form and coming to us in a digitized medium. Okay, Zennial. Couldn't they just
Not to be confused with Zennial with a Z.
Oh my god!
Which is between Millennial and Gen Z. A little, yeah. So there's 2 Zennials, and Piper's the one with the X, not the Z.
Can I just call us like Xena?
That'd be
like
cool.
How about Hercules and Xena? That's what I identify with. Because you had Hercules, the Legendary Journeys. You had Xena, Warrior Princess, which in my opinion was objectively a better series.
Technically, those were around at the same time, though, so I feel like that would be the same generation.
I understand that, but Zennial sounds kind of funny to me. But then again, it's the most applicable term, but it seems like we've kind of just losing sight. See, I mean, I could just say wait a second, how about we're all individuals?
Yeah. Well, apparently, well, in the generations, apparently the world shapes. This is true. Nature versus nurture. The world nurtures certain crap. So there's supposed to be things that are like, that link them all together slightly, personality-wise and stuff, for having shared experience going through the same world and stuff. But apparently they can't figure out what that is for for the chunk of kids right between Gen X and millennials. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I obviously nerdy is.
I thought they should just call us the Y2K generation. I mean, call them.
For me, I'm just like, I'm a 90s kid. 90s kid. Just, there we go. All that 90s nostalgia. Why? Grew up in the 90s. There you go. There's a reference frame.
Right? Used to be Gen Y. Yeah, what happened to Gen Y?
Gen Y was after Gen X, I believe, because X, Y, Z, right?
Oh, okay. Gen Y is millennials.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
That's why it's like you had Generation X, like Generation Y was like basically their parents or ancestors were Generation X. So it's basically every about 25-ish years or so, the next generation, quote unquote, which probably might be a better series.
I looked it up, and Gen Y is the official name for millennials. Just like baby boomers was something, and then now it's just boomers. Millennials and Gen Y, they're the same thing. Yeah. But they can't decide. They really cannot decide when that gen starts.
Well, it's interesting because within each other, whatever generational distribution, there's going to be different folks. Like growing up, I mean, there are always some folks that seem to be a bit more mature for their age, and other folks maybe a little less mature. Now, some of those folks, I would claim, grew up a lot more quickly due to a whole plethora of reasons that I can't even begin to imagine. Some folks may not have really grown up to
see, but that's also like the world itself. What's going on in the world itself? Kind of. Millennials was the first super coddled generation. I think now people are starting to bounce back, where they're like, "Wow, this is." So somebody made some really lame adults.
Well, a wee too much helicopter parenting may not be the greatest thing.
Yeah. So I think now we're trying to course correct. Well, you humans are trying to course correct after seeing the end result of babying, bubble wrapping, and helicoptering way too much. So hopefully it.
Listen. Just because it took me to get out of my own mom's house to be like, wait, how the hell do I do laundry?
Well, and then y'all schools got rid of.
Apparently, I asked about this, and it's like I had attempted to do it before, but apparently I did it wrong. And I think that literally scarred my mom to the point where it's like, wait, I may have broke something. So it was maybe a bad experience for me, bad experience for her, and it's like, wait a second,
loading the dishwasher with
I'm like finishing laundry right now.
What about loading the dishwasher with regular dish soap for the sink? That's an experience.
Oh no. Oh no.
An experience that can turn almost your entire house into
Bubbles.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's cool initially, and then it's like, wait, the house is not supposed to be full of bubbles.
Especially when it's carpeted.
It was cleaning. It was cleaning. It was a deep and thorough cleaning.
Piper did not do this. This is Piper's sister did this. Just so you know.
That's why I know you put stuff in.
But it's a fun core memory. Like,
well, that's what we had cauldrons for. It's people like, oh my god, witchcraft. It's what? You've never seen anybody do laundry? There's a funky smell. How else are we supposed to clean it? Or have you ever dealt with the laundered clothes of a whole bunch of teenagers? Sorry.
Okay, so Piper does the same. The only separating she does is if stuff needs washed delicate and might be washed a little bit warmer. But like none of this bicolor stuff. No, it just all goes up in there.
I'm terrible. I do the same thing except I use warm water. But then again, I really don't have any like white shirts. If I have a white shirt, it's usually an undershirt. So I'm just like, I'm stinky, so I need hot water.
Well, that's another thing too, is Piper just doesn't buy white clothes because she never successfully washed a white garment after wearing it and it come out white. So no matter what she's tried.
Yes. Nerdy is going against the grain here. It's commenting whatever. It says hand wash only. I always ignore it and wash my feet as well anyway. Listen, man. Hey, clean feet sound like more.
I think that's very hygienic. Yeah.
The cleanliness has been a thing for a good long while. It's like,
yeah, you think just because you shove those in some socks and shoes that they're not going to get dirty, but they stink.
Especially if you double sock it.
Oh my goodness. I can barely stand.
You gotta sometimes it gets chilly. It gets chilly.
Okay, that makes sense. Thicker socks, man.
It's all about the layers. But okay, so Fizz.
That was a fun tangent.
I know. We're going this is the show. Hey, this is my life. This is this YouTube channel. This is why
Breaking the Multiverse is like tangents the show. So
tangent is all right. We go this way. We go this way.
There's a theme to get
probably making
us started.
Horrible signs. I just realized I probably said just symbolized something offensive. The American Sign Language Association is going to be like, strike that man. He did something rude. I'm like, I was just trying to solve the tangents, man.
Why are they teaching people offensive hand gestures?
No, I'm just saying I feel like I was just doing tangents and then putting my arm beneath my chin. I feel like that was very close to some cussing. And I wouldn't want to use fighting words because just based on my whole history, it's like I'm like a challenge to a duel. That's why I'm saying I'm sorry really quick. Because no offense to me. Because that's the thing. You need to be consistent. Especially if you're going to LARP on the internet. You must be consistent the whole time. So, for instance, if you are one of our brave culture warriors and you believe that there are folks out there that you disagree with that are totally evil and they must occasionally, as in some of the videos that I've heard titled Destroyed, all capital letters, so we know who the bad people are.
Yeah.
We need to just cut all this foreplay and just cut to the chase. Let's just legalize dueling and let consenting adults with irreconcilable hatred in their hearts engage in mortal combat under the doctrine of bodily autonomy.
You know what's going to happen,
your choice will give you a waiver for it. As Dr. Sarazawa said, I say we let them fight.
The LARPing is internet. That's why they're internet tough guys, not real tough guys. The people LARPing as toughies online. If you legalize dueling, it's not going to change anything. They're still going to talk a whole bunch, a big game, and then never show up and give excuses and all that good stuff, just like they do now. You are muted.
thank you. Thank you for reminding me. This is why we have an excellent co-host here. You said one of the magic words. So,
Which one?
Oh, you said the word, I believe, internet tough guy.
Oh, that's 3 words.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. You said the 3 words.
The combo.
It was a ultra combo.
There you go.
3. There we go. So just hit high punch like 3 times. There we go.
Yeah.
So apparently, it got my noggin a jogging. Apparently, something like this may or may not have happened. A number of years ago, there was a particular instance on the internet which led to a video by I would say a Class S troll by the name of Mr. Mediker doing a video. And as somebody right here has it archived, let's hold on. Let me make sure I actually have the right thing. Sure. There we go. Tab. All right. So let's view this piece of archaic footage for academic purposes.
Yes.
I don't want the money. I want to bludgeon Andy Worski and get away with it. I'm being told that all I have to do is show up on a certain day at a certain time, and I'm going to be locked inside of a cage.
There we go.
Somebody who has a horrible ass whipping coming, and I get to do whatever I want to this man without legal consequence. It's going to be great. I don't want the money. I want to cause lots and lots of bodily harm to somebody who has it coming. I'm beating the fuck out of this piece of shit. Going to do my damnedest to end him right there in the fucking cage. And if the ref doesn't stop me, then guess what the fuck's going to happen? And that's the whole day.
So
there's a term that's existed on the internet since.
So for fair use, this little bit of backstory here. Apparently, back in the days of the quote unquote IBS or Internet Blood Sports, there was a certain group of folks that were going around, and very often they would say a lot of very harsh things. And again, I apologize for the profanity and everything, but this is an academic incursion here, so it's totally fine. But basically, there was a spat between a certain Andy, whatever his name was, Worski, who had a channel, and a gentleman that went by the name of Tonka Saw. And basically, they were going to have a MMA match in Knoxville at a particular date a number of years ago. And apparently, they had both signed on to do it. They said they were going to show up, as Tonka Saw was saying right there. All he needed to do was show up, and he would be able to give Andy Worski, whatever his name was, the quote-unquote beating of his life. Okay, so apostrophe. Whatever he just said right there. Okay. Long story short is Andy Worski showed up. Tonka Saw was a no-show. The prerequisites, this Tonka Saw had been streaming literally up until the date of this, talking about how much he was going to destroy Andy Worski. It was going to be, his life was going to roll between his eyes. He's going to do all these things. And then he never showed up. Long story short is he disappeared for a while, changed his channel and internet handles names, and started just talking about professional wrestling again. So
I mean, that's one way to take out an internet tough guy is to just show up.
Listen, if knowing is half the battle, I was told by a gentleman before, half of life is just showing up.
Yep.
If half of this life is showing up and knowing is half the battle, if you know and you show up, your chances go up greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yes, internet tough guy keywords. Yes, let's see what Mr. Mediker has to say for his quick summary.
Well, the internet itself has existed. It describes a certain personality type, a character most people would encounter on the forums that they might frequent or image boards they might visit. It's a special kind of individual, somebody who's easily quick to anger, who lacks the ability to banter or joke with other people. When forced into a corner or a situation in which they cannot win, they will inevitably fall back upon the position of wanting to kick your ass in real life.
I have a ring.
That's the thing I'm
appreciate
trying to
this,
say. I
Dale.
have a
I've had
ring.
rough week. This is a lot of fun for me. It like releases steam. It's awesome.
Oh my God, that's Mr. Ogre. I know that guy. He was one of the first streams I was ever on YouTube.
That's cool.
Oh my God, he's basically my master Roshi, except instead of a wise turtle hermit, he's a wise chicken hermit.
Nice.
So that's
I
Bubble,
hope
stop it.
does. I have a ring, and I have the money to put up. If you two, if you're interested in going against Story, but I saw that you kind of pussed out on the whole weight class thing. But luckily, I'm in your weight class.
Weight class? No, I would.
No, no, no. I'm in. No, no. Shut up.
Easy.
I'm
I
in
just
your
did
fucking
2-minute
weight
rounds.
class, kid.
I didn't
No,
say-
kid. Hey, kid. I'm in your weight class. So lucky you, I'm in your weight class,
All right,
and
dude.
I'm trained.
Yeah.
So I think this is a great opportunity
That you
for
are.
you to
That
shut
is
your
so
fucking
great.
dick liquor.
That's why you're
Mr.
showing your
Ogre
face
is
on
not a
camera,
small
you fucking
person, and
puny
he's
faggot.
insane.
Guilt, you fucking pussy.
You're not trying to
fake
either.
piece of shit.
Let's see.
You fucking
Where have you
stolen
been?
valor.
All right. Yes, as we can see, that was from like the morning Kumite, and yes, and Tonka says a whole lot more words and stuff like that there. But yes, I'm just saying, if there's this much bluster on the internet, and we want to follow in the path of idiocracy, we obviously need like Monday night rehabilitation and stuff. So people want their bread. People want their circus. People say they hate each other. I'm just saying that if people want a show, let's give the people a show. I mean, it's not like a lot of folks, if these folks' audiences that occasionally get riled up because of all the horrible things going on in the world, wouldn't love to see their favorite culture warrior being able to, as Tonka Saw said, brutally and legally go at it and literally deliver a knuckle sandwich to another human being legally. I'm just saying, listen, if something is so important to you that this is the most important thing in the world that you need to say it on the internet, everybody needs to see it, everybody needs to listen to you. If you truly believe in something, then you're obviously willing to eat a legal knuckle sandwich or the potential of that for what you truly believe in.
Yeah.
Unless it's not that important to you, then I just don't believe it's that important. That's all.
I think too that if you're winning like a fight, a battle, I mean, if you're losing a battle of wits, so you resort to, I'm big and tough and I can beat you up, that you have to put up or you lose.
No, yes, exactly what K-Shell's saying right there. Because here's the thing. What that does is it quote unquote puts a cap on clout. Now, if you're going to be that tough, and here's the thing: if Tonka showed up, even if he got beat, but you at least showed up and you ate a knuckle sandwich, you were willing to put yourself through that. Now, if you don't show up and you're talking a big game, here's the thing. Nobody expects David to beat Goliath. If it does, then that literally goes down as a legend. Everyone expects David to beat Goliath, but if David shows up, gets pounded by Goliath, David still showed up and fought for what he believed in.
Yeah, exactly. I think in any kind of internet argument, if one of them resorts to, I'm bigger than you and could kick your butt, and then refuses to prove it when given an opportunity to prove it, they lose forever. All their arguments, especially with that person.
And that's the thing, because here's the thing.
If they show up and lose the
I
physical
think that's
fight,
that's basically what took out the morning Kumite and stuff. It's like a lot of people watch until Tonka Saw didn't actually show up for the cage match and everything. So it's like, all right, you talked the big game. Now, guess what? You just lost your clout. And a lot of people just kind of drifted away. So that's why I say it puts a cap on clout. And also, just from professional fighting, and again, I ain't a professional fighter or anything, but it's like, you can only fight so many intense battles and stuff. So you apply the concept of any given Sunday, and I think it solves a lot of problems on the internet and probably creates a lot more. But.
It would one, reduce the amount of arguments that are supposed to be about something. It would reduce the amount of them that just turned into Yeah, well, I can kick your butt. And two, I do think that just showing up and giving it a shot is still saying something. So yeah, even if you lose the fight, you are willing to put your fists where your mouth was or whatever the hell. You were still willing to give it a shot.
I believe the technical term is something along the lines of, quote, your ass was willing to write checks that your face ended up cashing.
Yeah, and friggin'. Actually, I think it's the other way around.
No, it's supposed to be the other way around. That's
Okay,
why
okay.
you showed up. So, because if somebody doesn't show up, then it's like, yeah, your ass was writing checks that your face wasn't willing to cash or something. Or it's something like that. I apologize. I agree.
It's your face writing checks with the fighting words that your ass
your words.
can't
No,
cash.
your mouth was writing checks that your ass couldn't cash. That's what it was.
Yeah. Because you were gonna get it kicked. It bounced right off there. But yeah, I do think there would be something honorable in just showing up. Like, even if you lose the fight, I say you still have clout for showing up and trying. Because at the end of a fight, somebody does have to, win, and somebody does have to lose. Unless both of y'all are like, all right, both of our noses are bleeding, I want to go home. And still fair.
You showed up and fought for something you were willing to. That you said it was important to you. At that point, it was like they always showed the thing of the two Brazilian politicians. It's like they were fighting over a water district issue. I have no idea what they were arguing about, but I believe it's important to both of them.
Yes. Yeah. You see, exactly. And like, freaking, because even in like professional matches that are for entertainment, like MMA and stuff, both sides are usually talking smack in it, because they have fans and they need to play up the crowd and they need a crowd to show up. And or in wrestling, somebody's got to play the bad guy. But yeah, like I said, even in MMA, they're usually not all of them are very sportsmanlike. So a lot of them are, but for PR and this and that, a lot of times they're not. So I can understand talking a big game and going there and realizing, no, this isn't working. Because sometimes you're not going to understand that until you're right in front of the person getting your butt kicked. So yeah, just show up. Jeez. Show up and try. Sign a waiver.
Or there's the quote unquote alternative hypothesis. You could not be as much of a dick on the internet.
Yeah, I was gonna say otherwise shut the hell up. Maybe use your smarts to try and win the argument instead of your weight.
Those sound like wise words, but
I said this and I have tough guide and Piper has tough guide. But the difference is no one would take us seriously, so no one would show up.
Well,
the offers remains every time.
It's 4 feet of the most terrifying hellscape of what you could ever imagine encountering.
5 feet.
Give or take a foot. But Fizz, what do you got going on?
I'm going back to date and everything.
Oh, okay. I saw it on your schedule.
On the Twitter, for a couple hours a week, because that's all I know.
You mean on the Twitch universe?
Yeah, on the Twitch.
Yeah, that I usually start. It's like, do you mean Twitter? No, I need to type an extra.
Oh yeah, when you get the man, yeah.
Even though it's supposed to be called X now, but we still call it Twitter because it's Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter was bad branding, man.
It may actually end up going back to something like it. It wasn't.
I'll fight on that too. I'll fight somebody. Twitter was better branding.
Yeah, why? Oh, we're on X and just Xing it and stuff like that. I mean, say no, Twitter, a tweet. It's got added to, I think, the dictionary. I might just be making up, but these things happen.
Well, tweet was already a thing. It was just a word for onomatopoeia for birds. Tweeting.
Well, yes.
Same with twittering, technically.
Yeah. It made sense.
That's why it all made sense, because the little bird freaking thing, and there were tweets and stuff, and it was like
Raven, carrier pigeon. Now there's some association,
right,
there.
a bunch of y'all are in the trees, just twittering shit at each other like you do all day.
That sounds far too eerily familiar, but
the equivalent of I loved the visuals. I thought that was a great idea. It sucks that the people running it sucked, but at least the branding was on point.
These things happen. Well, occasionally, it's like you have your original kind of the creator, the CEO. You disagree, you fire him, and then occasionally you bring him back, and then sometimes he leaves because of the chaos in the war. Yeah, that's never happened a few times in Silicon Valley and anything. But before we go on forever, Fizz's links to the stuff and things are down there. We've got Piper's. The Epic show is back. It was quite a thing yesterday, and you get to see the lovely Pipes cosplaying Katana or Malia from Mortal Kombat, and yeah, it was a fun.
She'll be doing that like every Epic show for a few months.
If there's any parting words for the folks?
Whatever you do not touch your candelabras, bruh.
You heard it here, folks.
I'm broken. You broke me. Oh no. Oh dear. You guys? You guys! I just want to